Hello, what is going on? Good morning.
Good morning.
No, you can't. Now I can hear you. I didn't hear you up.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning to all those on the West Coast, and good evening to our good friends in the UK. So, we had to do a special episode of Inside the Player Studio. Welcome, all of you guys out there overseas. And I've got my good friend, Mr. Rick Reynolds.
Good evening, afternoon, morning, guys.
Hanging out with me this evening.
This is our virtual pint that we're raising with the Euros. Wish we could join you.
Yeah, go ahead and throw back a little bit.
Oh, you have water. That's smart.
That's
smart
what you
man.
say. That's
Very
what
smart.
you say. That's it's for broadcasting purposes. It's all water. Anyway, Mr. Rick Reynolds has some very exciting news for us this morning.
There was a lot of craziness going on last week in E3. I don't know if you caught everything. So I wanted to give you an update on international support for Player Studio.
Go for it.
There's two things happening at the same time. There's the tax registration stuff that's necessary to be ready to do that. And then there's turning on submissions. Last time we had this show, I think we had support for tax registration for 3 and then 5 countries. I think now we're up to 8. There's a small chance we'll add another country today. Working on it. We're very close. One or two more legal issues to sort out, but finance has already signed off on it. So more stuff is happening. The list of countries, I don't know if they can they see this?
Well, they should be
turn it on the thing.
Oh,
so I have a post up in the Player Studio forums under news and announcements called submissions testing now, and there's an official list of countries that you can look at. We're now up to 8. And we added Sweden, Denmark, and Norway in the last couple days, or last week during E3. So now there's now this many countries is now available, and you can also do submissions from them now too. So you can submit currently to EverQuest, EverQuest 2, PlanetSide 2. We're very close to adding another game as well. So we're very close here. Exciting stuff happening.
Good times.
Yep. Going through the tax flow is interesting. It's a fairly straightforward flow where you start going through one question at a time. Now we have some experience testing it. For the most part, it's either going to be super easy. You'll go through the thing, answer all the questions, click submit, and a day later or 2 days later, you'll get, at midnight, you'll get an email that says you were approved, or you're going to hit a problem, in which case we'll have to work through it with you. But it's going to be more or less one or the other, and not a lot of gray area in between. But it's going through faster than I thought. I thought there would be people who took, a week or two to get through, but there aren't very many like that. Most of them are getting through in a couple days. Let's see here. Oh, he won. Which if we got a 9th country supported, which would it be? Which would you guys like?
Well,
I'm just seeing that.
I'm thinking somebody's talking Australia. I remember somebody mentioning that one.
Yeah, Australia is
a server there.
Australia is more work than most of them. And we're at least halfway through all the work, but it is work. It's on our plan. It's on our intention. We're working on it. We're not there yet, but we will. Hopefully, we'll be soon.
Any news on Brazil?
Brazil is very close.
Sweet.
Austria, I have not tried yet. Nor Zimbabwe.
What about Iran?
no.
North
No,
Korea.
No, you guys.
No North Korea? Come
No,
on
that's
now.
going to be... Do you have any idea how hard that would be?
I'm assuming pretty much impossible.
The part where the feds come to your house, that's the bad part.
Yeah. Anywhere in
no.
Russia? Any Russia? China?
Russia is seriously being looked at.
Okay, sweet.
It is.
All right. That's good news.
Yeah.
What about actually allowing players to purchase these things from overseas?
That hasn't been part I've been working on. That's a different thing. It has to do with our ability to see the wallet where the transaction happens so that we can calculate how much actually was paid to us, so we know how much to split to the creator and to SOE. Until we know, until we're able to accurately pay our royalties, we can't do it, but hopefully we will be there soon.
But we're actually actively working on it.
Yeah, my boss is working on it.
Yeah, if you say it low enough.
He's in a meeting, so I wasn't able to grab him on my way here and ask for an update. But yeah, my boss is working on it.
Okay.
I wanted to tell people where to go to go register. You don't have to wait until your cool Vanu helmet is ready for submission. You can do the tax registration part first. You can go to www.soe.com/player-studio, and you'll come on a Player Studio landing page. There's a red navigation bar across the top. Go to tax submission form W8 W9. Can they see my mouse cursor?
Yeah, they can see. You're good. We just got a little screen over here.
All right,
They're good.
and you can go to tax registration here. There are a bunch of FAQ here to read. Can I just point out the very last one at the bottom called "How are Player Studio payments calculated?" We had questions about this. So we wrote a long version in simple English with 4 examples. Hopefully some of you will find this very interesting and useful. But if you're actually going to go in and jump in, click the yellow button to do the tax registration. You will be prompted to log in if you're not already logged in. If you are in one of those 8 countries, it will let you go farther. If you are between the ages of 13 and 17, it will take you to a special instruction page for minors that explains to you how to get your mom or dad or legal guardian to go in and do this part for you. If you're under the age of 13, you're probably not listening to this show, but unfortunately, you're going to have to wait till you're 13 to participate. Man. Dude, I know it's messed up.
It's a whole horde of 12-year-olds looking to get in here.
Dude. It gets better. When you get to about 30, it gets really better. But even 21 and 18 is better too.
All right.
40 is the new 30, by the way.
Apparently.
I'm just kidding. All right. So, yeah, if you click begin, it'll take you through the tax flow. Go slowly. Take screenshots in case you have any problems. If you do have problems, send an email to playerstudio@soe.com, at soe.sony.com. Would you mind typing that in there?
What was that?
studio@soe.sony.com. If you send an email to that, it comes to me, and my boss sees a copy, a couple other people. But it comes to me, and I will write back to you. And so if you have any problems, I want to see the screenshots and stuff, and I'll work with you and get you reset your password or whatever I need to do. Anyway, it's all good.
Sweet. That's customer service right there.
Well,
Rick Reynolds.
I try to tell jokes. They're not always successful. It depends what you give me to work with.
Sweet.
That's funny.
All right, Mr. Reynolds, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just things like, also, if you're getting your submissions ready, go post a work in progress on the Player Studio forums. Tramell loves to go look at the things early. He doesn't, he likes surprises too, but he loves to go look early and give you feedback. I'm teasing about the surprises.
I don't like surprises.
He does not like surprises.
I love it when Rick comes in my office. He's like, "You got a new one today. It's pretty cool. You should check it out." And he's being sarcastic.
Oh, do not tell them I say anything like that. I am not an art director. Names, I'm not an art director like this guy.
He knows.
I look at it and sometimes I have an emotional reaction. Sometimes I don't.
He knows what I'm gonna say.
Sometimes I really like it and he doesn't.
Oh my God! It's rarely been a situation where you really liked it and I didn't. But
I can think of like
plenty
twice,
of situations where you were like,
but yeah,
this one's a doozy.
Oh, now. You know what? It takes a lot of practice.
Yeah,
No one is good on day one.
That's what the forums are for, though.
No,
that's what
not
they're for.
Even like Nico Coco is good on day one.
Yeah,
everyone
Nico,
has to practice.
He's got some
talented,
revisions.
Yeah,
but it's what the forums are for. People need to utilize that, not just for my feedback, but for the feedback for from everybody else that's actually been through the process, has had successes and failures, and they can provide a lot of information if you just allow that process to happen.
Yep. And you're right. That's the reason why this show is so early today. It's for the EU players.
Yep.
It may be very early here in California, but it's beer 30 in
it's not too
Europe.
It's not too early, dude. You were here what, 8 o'clock? I got here at like 1:45. So I mean,
no.
There it is. Perfectly timed, dude.
Perfectly. I've already had a Pop-Tart and a coffee, so I'm good.
You're killing yourself. 9:12 in the a.m.
I don't work out in the morning like you do.
Yeah, I got up at 5.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You got to get up and get the day going.
You have to be strong to do art.
You got to be strong to deal with these folks around here.
Yes.
That's for sure. All right.
So, well, thank
Mr.
you.
Reynolds.
So you're going to take him through and show him some
I'm going to show him some of the stuff that our EU players
Excellent.
have submitted.
EU, represent for us, bros.
There you go.
Come on in here. Give us some art.
There you go. All right, so
I'm going to go back to
go over some
since
stuff.
I got a stack of people who have
registration
questions. I'm going to go help them. But thank you for letting me come on and say a few words.
Not a problem. Mr. Rick Reynolds, folks.
Fly safe, guys. No Pap Link today.
Reynolds.
Thank you.
Your man about town in the player studio land. You're making all kind of noise over there. Let me shut you off. All right, Rick. Have a lovely day, sir. I will see you later. All right, let me center myself once again and go through some really, really awesome works of art from our good friends. I like to say hello. I got a list of people who are outside the U.S. here. I'd like to say what's up to Stubborn, Knickknack, Rival Wolfy, who's hailing from Canada, Faven. Hey, Faven, you can start submitting your stuff now, but you got to resubmit it. Like you can't just let it sit in there now. So if anybody knows Faven or been in touch with the guy, because I know he hasn't been posting on the forums as of late, but now is the time. We've been saving your spot. So go fill out the information Rick was just talking about. Go through that flow, and then you'll be good to go. All right, Steve O, El Robo Chanko, hello, what's up? And Jerry Ruff. And Minkus. Those are just a few people that I know are not from the U.S. and I am welcoming to the Player Studio. So I'm going to take some of those people and I'm going to show you guys some of their works of art, and we're going to go over that. First and foremost, Mr. Steve-O. See what you got there, buddy. Sent me this link for this TR helmet, which I'm going to say is probably not ready for prime time. I've seen better work from you, Steve-O. I wish I could find the actual thread. I wasn't able to find the thread. I found this. Our search is not as robust as it should be. Let me see if I can find that. Hopefully I can track that down really quick from Mr. Steve-O, because I know he posts a lot, and he bothers me on what you call it, on the Skypes, begging me for advice. It's like, dude, I got like a couple of times. Let's go over his NC Mercenary. I know he wanted me to hit dude, we're still looking at this thing. What are we doing with this? Steve-O, what are we doing with the Mercenary? Are you going to submit that thing or what? Is it already done? Did we do the penetrator already? Have you penetrated this? All right, pretty sure I heard no tubes. No, didn't hear no tubes. So, yeah, I think that one's pretty much good to go. If you haven't submitted that one already, I think you have. Steve O, I think you've submitted this one. Let's check out the P3D file for it. Yeah, I think I've seen this one already. Looking at your geo. Look at that, nice and clean. Pretty good. Pretty good. I don't know. Maybe, where's the head? I'll take a look at that when if we get the file. I wonder if it's in submissions already. But I was thinking maybe this neck might be a little too wide because it actually doesn't come in very much. Might be too wide. Big bucket on his head. But I think you might have too much thickness on the neck sides. So double check that. Put the head in there. See how close it is to the head on all sides. And that's a good little tip there, folks. If you're making helmets, make sure they're like really, really tight on the head. They need to be real tight on the head, or else you'll end up with a bobblehead dowel for a helmet, and that's a no-go, sir. All right, there's Mr. Steve-O. I'm gonna mark you off my list. Bam, got you. Done deal. Moving on to my good friend Stubborn, who, of course, is very stubborn and loves to give me crap. So let me find something from Mr. Stubborn. I thought I saw something the other day. I think I had something up here. The Ibis prototype for the NC. He started this. When did you start this? When was that? May 13th. Okay. He's been waiting, laying in wait. Stubborn, laying the pounce, waiting to pounce on this Player Studio thing. Look at Nico Coco doing it again. Look at all over the top of these people's work. He must be very bored. Nico Coco lending a hand at every turn. So, I mean, this is what you started with, which is cool. I think you had a couple of things you needed to change with it. Just some faceting issues here and there. And, you know, right here, I think that's where Nico kind of pointed those things out. Changed up some things, threw the star in there, made some dents and stuff like that. So I agree with a lot of Nico's changes, except for the face mask, because he rounded this out a little bit, and I really like the facets that Stubborn had in there in the first place. I would also change the angle in which this comes out. Maybe make that a little bit steeper, more straight up and down, and cut back on it. But I like the facets in the face mask more than I like what Nico did. But all the other details that he put in there are pretty cool. And you may need to find something to do in here if you know that's not really working. But just find something to do, maybe an earpiece or something like that. But I know, I like it. I like his word. I like where it's going. So there you go, Stubborn, marked off the list. Bam, gotcha. All right, let me move on to my good friend, rival Wolfy. Used to play with Wolfy on you know, in PlanetSide. Used to run with these guys, letting them show some of my first-person shooter skills, which of course were not as good as Wolfy's, of course. That guy's a pro. He makes money for that. So, see if he can make some money making Geo. You stepped into my realm, Wolfy. This is my domain, son. This is how I roll. Alright, so Wolfy posted up a topless helmet, which is kind of like a basically face mask and some visors. Let me see if I can find your actual original post. Topless. That's in the submissions forum. Let's see if we get there. Canadians, yes, you are ready to rock, Canadians. Go for it. All right, let's see what Wolfy's got over here. All right, Wolfy. We're looking at your Geo. All right, yeah. So you got a couple things in here that I would most likely change. Just the way that this Geo floats. I would go ahead and fill in these gaps. Not really sure what your intentions are with these. See the face behind it. But I mean, if you're going to do that, I'd say make them a little bit bigger so you can actually see the face behind it. Because you're really not gaining anything if you don't show it. It's like it's barely peeking through, but you know, you might want to, just because they're so thin, and then once you back up off of it, see, turn off the Geo. Yeah, once you back up off of it, you kind of lose it. So if that's one of the features of this helmet, I'd say open this up a little bit more. And your Geo looks pretty decent. I would thicken up some of these edges because those will get lost really quick. You got a lot of fine details. Like this should be, I would thicken that up. And then like reduce some of this Geo in here just slightly, and do something with the back of it, you know, just these little plugs just kind of shoved in there. I think you can do better, maybe a little indent and maybe something that kind of works them into the helmet a little bit better. And yeah, like I was saying, like some of these little really fine details, try to stay away from stuff like that, and that goes for pretty much everybody. Like the finer this stuff gets, the, you know, it just vanishes as soon as you back up off of it. So like these should be a little bit thicker, and you know, this stuff should probably be solid blocks or whatever. And then the angle of this thing probably should be straight up and down as best it could. Got a little Geordie LaForge going on there, but you know, I think it's different. I think it's different enough, stands out. I don't know if it's going to be a home run or not, but that's yet to be seen. Yet to be seen. Thank you for your submission, Wolfy. Appreciate it. Make some changes to it and keep on moving, son. All right, Wolfy, off my list. All right, let's see who's next. Anybody got any questions while I'm going over this stuff? Let me know. Just toss some questions in there. I'll glance over every once in a while. Does not see plating armor. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Thanks for the great game. Hey, thank you for playing. Appreciate it. Can't do anything without you guys. We just be making games, just putting them on the shelf. You know, without people playing it, like yourself, I would be nobody. I'm here for you. All right. So topless, got rid of that one, and the Ibis, I'm done with you. See, Mr. Faven, I hope you're out there, sir. It's been a long time. Been a long time. We miss you. Come on back. It's time for you to reign supreme. Take your place next to Nico Coco and Beastbuster. So Faven's got some really cool stuff. I've always been a fan of his work. Nothing really I can say about it. I'm just kind of showing this stuff off to you guys. More so than anything, because I don't really have any critique. This guy's a pro, even though he's not a pro. I don't even know if he's a pro. Faven, you in the industry or something like that? He's got some good stuff. If you're not, you should be. Let's take a look at his P3D files. Look at this. He's got a whole host of P3D files waiting to go. I would say, sir, you need to hurry up and get your submission forms in so that you can start collecting some checks. This one, I would say, probably needs a little work on the cloth, especially around the neck. This is the only one that I would say probably needs some work. The rest of them are G2G. And yeah, I don't know if you're really intending on that to be flat like that or not. I'd say clean up some of the geo in this area, the eyeball region. So I probably steal some from there and round this out a little bit more. So you've got, yeah, really close. Really close. Faces, I would, double those and then you'd be over. But I think you can steal some stuff from here somewhere, maybe a strip there, and maybe clean that up and maybe get rid of one of these, 3 or 4 of these joints right there, and then use some of that. Yeah, you're gonna have to finish off this neck piece. You have to wrap that around because you never know how it might weight. You end up with a gap when does his neck and stuff. So of them all, I think this one needs the most work. The rest, stellar stuff. I like this one. This one's pretty cool. Look at that one. It's good stuff. And he reused some of the textures. Good work, Faven. If you're out there, please resubmit your stuff the proper way. All right, so there you go. Faven's off my list. Bam. And I'm moving on to my good friend Knickknack, who I've seen many times. Knickknack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. So this one started off as I think it started off as a TR helmet, then it kind of transmorgified to NC helmet. Scroll all the way down to this mug, some variation, another little cleanup fuzz helped out there. Now I started changing to a NC helmet. Moves on to page 2. There you go. Hold up. This is Fuzz's helmet, not Knickknack's. What are you talking about? I got this all wrong. Sorry about that, Knickknack. I did a search, and I think I might have searched and just found something that you commented on. Let me find out where you are. Nickety nick, knackety knack. See if you are in here. Find out where your real work is. Why did I think this was you? It says thread by. Okay, there it is. Harasser attachments. There you go, Knickknack. I am certain this one's yours. Certain. All right, so you made some looks like some tire spikes and some hubcaps. All right, so here's a good one. So when you submit these, it has to be one or the other, right? You can't have both. So this one would be submitted as hubcaps, and then this one would be submitted as tire spikes. But do not submit them both as tires. So they can't be tire spikes with this in there. It has to be just tire spikes and then just hubcaps. Try not to overlap the categories, because when you do that, then all hell breaks loose. Trust me, been through this before. But I like the designs, pretty cool. Separate them. Don't really know why you got the light on it. I know I think you're kind of framing it to get it to stand out. But the question is, shouldn't that be glowing? I would make that glow. I would like that to glow. If I was doing that, I would make that glow. But either that or Empire color, that'd be good. Make it stand out a little bit better. That'd be good. I would like that. But I think you've already submitted these, so let's move on to something else. Let's see if we can find something else Knickknack is actually working on. Let's see, bumpers, submissions, news and announcements, general discussion, yada yada yada. Helmet. There you go. Let's see, Mr. Knickknack. Oh, Yeah, dude, Beats by Knickknack. All right, yeah, too headphony. Somebody mentioned. Yeah, Beats by Vanu. Yeah, I don't think this one's gonna work. Knack. It's not. This one's not the move. You know, sometimes sometimes you hit them out the park. Sometimes you don't. And this one is one of those situations where it's just a bad idea from the start. And then Nico Coco came in and did his thing. Yeah, that changes a lot. If it's just one piece kind of worked into like a hoodie type like face thing, I think that'd be pretty cool. I think this works. Nice draw over. Like your line work there, Nico. Nico's trying to be on everybody's mind, whether he's making stuff or not. This is cool. I like that. You should do that. Knickknack, take his advice. Nico knows what he's talking about. Yep, I would say go with Nico Coco's on that helmet design because, you know, I think that one might be a winner if you can pull it off on the Geo. All right, there you go. Finally got Knickknack correct after I jacked him up so many times. Sorry about that, Knickknack. I didn't want to confuse your work with someone else's. That's embarrassing. I am so embarrassed for myself. All right, Mr. Ruff. I know Jerry Ruff has a lot of stuff. He's got a little workshop, he calls it. Work my way all the way up to the top. Sure, I can find some of his stuff really quick because he's always on top of things. Mr. Jerry Ruff. Okay. If I don't find this real quick, I'm going to be really upset because I swear to God I find it. Oh, there he is right there. It's Ruff's workshop. Bam! Got him on my list. All right, so he's got a couple items in progress. What shall we pick? I'm going to pick the first one. Why not? See what you guys... can we get a no helmet helmet? Yeah, we can actually do that for you. I'm actually going to do that. Somebody brought that up a long time ago. That was me. Somebody else thought it was a bad idea. That was somebody else. I think it's an awesome idea. People would buy that. Buy the opportunity to not have a helmet. That's awesome. It makes you a badass on the battlefield. Like, F a helmet. It's like Edge of Tomorrow. I don't need no helmet. What do I need that for? All right, Jerry Ruff. All right, what you got here? I remember this helmet. This helmet's gone through a lot of iterations. He started this thing way back in March 2014. All right, let's see where this thing goes. You know, doing some ZBrush action. And, you know, Shockwave does some work on it. Comes in here. Another variation on the Storm Troops. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. That's the end. A barn not saying anything. I like to see. I need a 3/4, man. I need 3/4 version of this joint. I think what's happening on this one is probably the choice of colors is probably killing it. Because when you start doing like this zebra stripey kind of on off type thing where you got a different color on every kind of section, then it gets a little crazy. You may even be able to just get away with just having all this light gray all the way around here instead of going red, light gray, you know, red, gray, light gray, dark gray, light gray, you know, all this, like, too many steps in it. You're stepping on it too much. So yeah, I'd like to see some 3/4 on that, please, Mr. Ruff, and then we can take it from there, sir. But I think you got a pretty good start. I would, instead of going with this straight, I'd probably go a little dippity-doo, a little dipsy-doodle. I don't know if I think I like this little crown up there, but, you know, it depends on what it looks like on the backside. So, Mr. Ruff, go ahead and finish this one up. Let me see what the rest of it looks like, sir. See, Jerry Ruff, got you on my list. Bam. All right. When is PS2 coming to PS4? Was this a PS4 stream? Did you guys miss all of the E3 action where we talked exclusively about PS4? You should probably check it out. There's this thing called the Google, and you type in bam, 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 PlanetSide 2 on the PS4, and you will get all the information that I gave out last week about PS2 on PS4. And that's not going to change this week because that was just 4 or 5 days ago. Bam. Information is up to date, so check the internets for information on PS4. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because this is Inside the Player Studio, where we talk about art and artistes making really cool stuff. So, who else was on my list? Minkus! Minkus, where are you? I've never seen Minkus. I was hooked up to Minkus by Mr. Rick Reynolds. He reminded me who Minkus was and told me that he was not from this place. Why would he tell me Minkus is here? He don't have any submissions. All right, I'm waiting on Minkus to submit something. So there you go. Just mentioned his name and gave him a couple more followers. There you go. You got the T-Ray bump, Minkus. Bam. You're good to go. And last but not least, hopefully this guy's not a buster and doesn't have anything, because I'm just kind of listening to Mr. Reynolds on these. El Robochenko. Let's see, El Robo, what you got there? You got some 32 messages up in this joint. Let's see. Design tutorial. Submissions. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. Here. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yes. Minkus. I do remember. No, what? It's just Minkus commenting on the thing. Why? See, set up. I was set up. Way to go there, Rick Reynolds. I don't think El Robo Choco. Chess pieces decals. Okay, I do remember this. The chess pieces decals. And I went over this in a couple episodes ago, I think. And I don't know. I'm still on the fence about it. What do you guys think? Yeah? Anybody? It's up to you. I'm going to give this vote to you guys. Pro tip. Just don't read out the questions again. What? Anyway. So, there you go. What do you guys think? Do you think that PS2 has made a misstep in its monetization? It's not for me to say. Not for me to say if we've made a misstep in monetization. There's plenty of ways to monetize. There is no silver bullet. And I think we're doing pretty decent. So, and I think Player Studio is an awesome way to monetize this product, in addition to getting you guys some money, because that's what it's all about. That's brass tacks. We're talking brass tacks here. It's all about making you guys some money, period. So, what do you guys think about the chess pieces? Anybody? It seemed a little tacky. I don't know about tacky. Do I miss you, VS Derp? Yes, of course. I don't know about tacky. The question is, are they appropriate? Should they be allowed into the game? Anybody? I don't know. I understand it's a game of strategy, just like PlanetSide 2. So yeah, there is a place for it, but I'm really not really sure. Like, as a player, would I purchase a decal with a chess piece on it? We'd rather have welcome decals than chess. Yeah. Yeah, he said chest. Mean weapon decals on your chest? Or would you have chess pieces on your decal? It's okay to have chess pieces on the shield. Yeah. It's kind of questionable. No, it's not about the lore and castles and stuff. It's more about just, is it appropriate? Like, The decal, every decal, I've said this before, it needs to be somehow related to PlanetSide 2 or PlanetSide in the original. Something that's got something to do with fighting, war, guns, vehicles, anything in that realm. Nothing wacky like a pie or a decal that has a billy goat with the birthday hat on, or I don't know, just wacky stuff that we seem to get. So anything that has something to do with fighting and war and guns and vehicles and stuff like that in that realm of creation are good decals for this game. Something that's outside that, I don't know if this is outside, obviously war, whatever. Who knows? All right, let's move on. Spent enough time on chess pieces. All right, so this is a good time to do some promos, some infos for you guys. There you go. Somebody asked earlier about Command Center. We have an episode of Command Center this Thursday. It was supposed to be last Thursday, but we were all at E3 talking about the glories of PlanetSide 2 on PS4. And of course, we'll do a recap of E3 this Thursday on Command Center from 4 to 5, this channel, with myself and Mr. Matt Higbee and some special guests, probably. I don't know. Who knows? And of course, a recap of E3, and we're going to talk about PS4. And we'll probably have Mr. Worley on so he can talk about the progress that he's seen over the last month and how it's been received so far. So there you go. This Thursday, Command Center. And of course, every Friday Night Ops. Can't miss that. 5 to 7. Work in progress on Tuesdays, 3 to 5. And somebody else asked about Hassan. Where's Hassan? You want to see where Hassan is? Check out Work in Progress. That's what they're working on. That's exactly what they're working on. Like, to this moment. At this very second, they're working on Hassan, and you'll be able to see exactly where they are this Tuesday. That's tomorrow, 3 to 5. And, of course, Inside Player Studio every Monday, except for Mondays when I don't decide to do them. But we're going to do these pretty much every Monday. And I think we're probably going to do an extra special one this weekend from MLG. So I'll let you guys know about that pretty soon here. But, we're going to keep these coming. Inside the Player Studio. And, of course, Community Clash, which is not represented here, on Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. There it is. Those are all our live streams. And, of course, for those who have not signed up, check it out. Check it out. SOE Live. There it is. Bam. 59 days. Oh, my God. 59 days left. I cannot believe it. Only $149. $149. That's cheap. That's pennies. You can get that from all your Player Studio earnings. Trust me. It's going to be a good time. Order now. You get your Jinx t-shirt. You get to hang out with the devs. You get to chill with us. Pool parties and all. And I just got my sweet ass suite. And it's going down. I'm having a party. Big party. August 15th in my suite. I'm going to do it up right. All the free booze you want. For those who are legally can drink, of course. I don't personally drink because I don't find any joy in it, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who do. So, anybody wants to come hang out with me and do it up Big Willie style like I do, come on down. Vegas, August 14th through the 17th, Planet Hollywood, doing it up, good stuff. SOE Live. So there you go. All right. So, any questions? We got 15 minutes. Why not add personal kill tags? I don't know. Why not? We could. It's got nothing to do with Player Studio. What item hit 100,000 in revenue? I don't know. Don't know which item particularly. because many people don't just submit just one item. A lot of people submit a lot of items. So I think it's in total the number of items. And I'm not going to put that person's name out there because that's up for them. That's up to them. You know, if they want to say, hey, I'm the guy that did blah, 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 then they can do that. But until they personally say, hey, I'm the dude, I'm not going to say that. I can't put them on blast like that. People be breaking into their houses and stuff. Okay. There's no community clash happening for a while. Really? Is that so? I don't know. This is why probably it's not on the promo. Okay. Omid, are you in my stream? Outfit decals. Yes. We're having those. We're going to have those. Actually, somebody else asked me about the status of the viewer. And I had a good long talk with my good friend, Mr. Chris Lang, and Andy Skirving, who's actually doing all the work. I've been giving Chris Lang all the credit here. And he's been driving the process, but Andy Skirving, he's the guy who's been putting it together. He's been doing all the work. So no slight to Mr. Lang, because he's a smart man in his own right. But Andy Skirving, that guy is a doer. He's the one that made it happen. So Mr. Skirving's viewer will be we'll be testing that this week. I did an episode on it last week. If you want to go check out last week's episode and check out all the layout and all the doodads that it has available, please do. And if you want to have any other input and find out what I've talked about in the past, all of our videos up on YouTube. Please subscribe to YouTube, and then once we post them, you'll get a notification, sir. So all the episodes, all the way up from episode number 1 till to now. What are we at? Episode 8, 9, somewhere around there. So go ahead, hit them up, learn something new. So the viewer is in progress right now. We're actually, like I said last week, there are some simplification of the shaders that needs to be done, as far as like simplifying the use of them, not simplifying the shaders themselves, but making them more useful to you guys, so that you can display your decals, you can see the detail normals, and all the other things that go along with it, sample files and all that other jazz, and be able to just click on a shader instead of loading, like I did last time, loading up every single TGA or DDS that belongs to that asset. So Mr. Lang and Mr. Skirving are working on that right now. I believe pretty soon here he's going to start trying to solicit some early adopters to get some feedback, see what they think, and then we're going to move on from there. You know, it's going to be out pretty soon here, so you guys get ready. Get ready. And then once that's out and we've tested all the bugs out, then I'm going to let the hounds loose. I'm going to let the hounds loose. We're going to be doing everything. You guys are going to be doing it all. You're going to be doing character stuff. You're going to be doing weapon stuff. I mean, you name it. Anything in the game, there's no limit to the stuff that you can do. So I'm going to take the draws off this thing. Trust me. It's going to be good. Got 10 minutes left. Okay, we'll check out decals I just posted in the forums. You're going to have to give me a page, man. I'm not going to search through all these millions of pages for your decal. Give me a name and a page. Do you feel like the TR? This is not a design discussion, sir. I cannot. I'm the art director, senior art director. Matt Higbee is the creative director. If you got design questions, hit him up on Twitter at mhigbee on Twitter. So there you go. I can't answer design stuff, and it's not my personal opinion. I don't care. I don't even play TR. It's not my thing. I'm a VS dude till I die. I will never touch anybody else. Trust that. All right. So yeah, you got to tell me what page that is. Decal Eagle of Freedom. Let's see, Blue Angel of Death. Really? Is that you again? I hope it's just not like a blue background with the NC logo kind of dissected into a bird swing or something. Please tell me it's something different than that, because every time you submit that, I'm just going to deny it. It's just not very interesting looking to me. Blue angle. Learn how to spell, Tramell. Let's see, Mr. Angel of Death. See your post. Which one did you say? Eagles of Freedom. Eagles of Freedom. There you go. Oh, no. Come on, dude. Come on, Blue Angel of Death. I know. I don't. All right. What don't I like about this? So I can tell you what I don't like about it. It's just not very interesting. I don't see anybody wanting to purchase that. Because it's really hard to tell what it is from get-go. And then if you like, okay, you're looking at it right here, that's fine. But then when you back up off of it, what is it? Is it an ankh? Is it the symbol that the doctors have on the thing? What do you call it? I don't know what they call it. Somebody knows what they call it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not very interesting. Come up with something different. Every time I tell you that, you come up with the same thing. So come up with something different. I know you're trying. That's great. I get it. I'm glad that you're trying. I commend you for that. Trust me. But you got to try something different. You can't just try variations of something that I've already told you is not going to work. Try something completely different. Give it a shot. And solicit some feedback. I don't think people have been giving you feedback. I don't know. Make sure you know that. I'm not here to burst anybody's bubble. I'm here to tell you the truth. If I lied to you, then I wouldn't be doing you any service. I'm here to tell you the truth. What I personally think is going to make you some money. I don't think this is going to do it for Mr. Blue Angel of Death. And that's all I'm here for. I'm here to help you, not to put you down or anything like that. It's not about that. It's all about trying to make you guys better artists and make you guys think about the marketplace in general, as opposed to me and my friends want to buy this thing. It's like, that's great. You got 5 people that want to buy it, but you have to think in a much bigger, context. You want to have 500 people that want to buy it. You have 5,000 people that want to buy it. So that's where you make your money. It's not about, it requires us, a certain amount of time and effort to put these things in. If they're not going to be hits, then it's a waste of our time. So we want you to make some money off of it too. We don't want to just put it out there and then you sell like 3 copies. And you're like, oh, me and my buddies bought it. It's like, okay, that's fine. We're not in the business of personally making the game your thing. We want to make some stuff that everybody can enjoy, not just you and your crew. Yeah, there you go. Mr. VS Heavy, he said he'd buy it. There you go. You got one. Maybe you got some other ones out there. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying I don't think it's a good idea. Yes, crooked kid, I be hating. That's what I do. That's why I wake up every morning and I just hate on people's stuff. Period. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I've only been doing this for 20 years. Let's see. The overlay mud and snow texture on the vehicle camo. Yeah, well, you mean as he's traveling through the snow and it gets more and more snow? It is a way, but our shader is not built to do that. We actually have a shader that's on the rocks in Esamir and on the rocks on Hassan that places snow only on the top of the object, no matter where you rotate it. So it always lays on top, and it just, if you rotate the rock differently, it'll just stay on top of the rock. We've got the ability to do that, but to have it accumulate over time, and yeah, I've had that in other games, but I think because of the complexity of the shader, I think it may bog it down. I'm gonna ask about that. Actually, I'll ask about that because there's a couple things that we're not utilizing that I know we can. If we incorporate that into the same system, we may be able to like piggyback it on something. Who knows? Accumulation of dirt and snow. There it is, done. I'm going to ask somebody about that. That'd be pretty cool. We've already got the ability to add damage to vehicles and things like that. So as you get banged up and you start smoking and stuff, you get dents and stuff on the sides of your vehicles. And that's probably the next step that you're going to see. Is there any way to submit a decal for a small niche group like outfits? We will be submitting, actually taking submissions for outfit decals, and I talked to Matt Higbee about this a week ago, and he's trying to come up with a way for you guys to be able to submit them and keep that just to your group of people. Right now, we really don't have a way to allow you to put it in the player studio and then not allow other people to buy your decal. But I mean, his question, the dilemma is this: okay, so you only want that decal for your group, or do you even care? So that was, that was what Matt was kind of, wondering. Do you really care? Did if anybody else buy your decal? Because at the end of the day, you getting paid for it. So if you made a decal for your outfit and you only got 50 people and like 5,000 people bought it, well, you gonna complain about it after you get that check? I don't know. Who knows? That's the question. That's a huge dilemma. So we could hold that system back and write a system so that people can, you can lock other people out, or have the outfit leader just disseminate it. There's a lot of things that we could do, but right now we don't actually have a solution for it. So 3 minutes. 3 minutes left. Let's see who's Mr. PS1 bullet holes. Yeah, it's a good little touch. Expensive on this shader. You have no idea. Our shaders are so complex, and they need to be that way for a reason in order to achieve the look that we're trying to achieve. But yeah, each one of our shaders is easily 15 textures packed into that look. So everything that we add just costs us more. Let's see. Anything else? Hey, come on, you guys. You got 3 minutes. You better start asking questions. Anyway, so inside the Player Studio, we could do this every week just to get you guys, up and going. Now that we've got the submissions from multiple locations other than just the U.S. So I'm expecting to see some really cool stuff. I haven't been looking for the last week because I've been at E3. So I'm assuming that we've got a bunch of UK submissions already waiting for me to give them the yay or the nay. So we shall see. I'm looking forward to seeing all the awesome stuff you guys create. Player Studio Armor. Yes, it's coming. Oh my God, trust me. Like I said, once we get this viewer out there and get this power into your hands so that you can make the adjustments and make all the changes you want, that's it. The gloves are coming off. You guys will be able to do pretty much everything we do. So, once we do that, it's gonna be all in your hands. So I think the armor stuff is probably going to come after we're allowing multiple object loading, or somewhere around there, and then you guys will be able to rig your stuff and look at it and view it and turn it around and combine it with stuff. Same thing with the weapons. You'll be able to test fire it and all that jazz eventually. That's the key. So no ETA on that, but that is the plan, sir. We are trying to get that into your hands. 1 minute. One more question. Let's see. Accept your stuff. Big vs heavy. I don't even know what your stuff is, man. You assume I know everybody. I don't. I really don't. I'm PS4. Yes, PS4 players will have access to Player Studio. So all those people who've already got stuff in the game, that's going to be on PS4. So if you're making money now, you're going to make even more. That's later this year, sir. So it's all good. It's all good. That's what I'm saying. Get it in now so you can reap the benefits later. You got to be patient. It's a long line for Player Studio stuff. Guys like Beastbuster and Nico Coco raking in the dough. That's a full-time job for them. All right, it's 10 o'clock. that means it is over for my special edition EU version of Player Studio. And I'd like to thank you all for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. No thanks to Dyline. Dyline left me hanging. He was supposed to come in early. What the heck? Luckily, we had the key to this joint. Would have been like lights out. So, thank you all. Appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you again. And thanks for joining me inside the Player Studio.